Hello, so the last clip you saw, I was rushing to get to work on time to take my test. So I thought I'd tell you about what happened. This is the day after now. So I got to work on time and I had 2 hours where I had to take a written test. It was probably about 6 pages long, front and back, full of random questions and ingredients, the bar menu, like service standards, just a really long test, but I whizzed through it, and then I had to start my AM shift, and within my AA shift I was to have a practical test, and in the practical test I would prove that I am a good server. I follow all the service standards and remember all the timings, all these kind of things. And luckily it was early on in the shift that it happened. I had an 8 top to start with, and then the second table was the test table, so they were able to see how I was with the 8 top, and then I was sat again while the test table was there, and then I had to just basically prove that I could do the circle of service. There were a few things went wrong. I think the word test, it's so scary and you just start panicking, and that's exactly what I did, like the pressure of it all. I've done a week of service training and I have been really calm, really cool, collected, but this day I was just a bit panicky, but it meant a lot. Like, it was my test, I had to do really well. I had a lot of pressure on myself, that I put on myself to do it well. There was a pop-up allergy, so the test table, it's 2 managers that sit there, and one of the managers sprung a pop-up allergy on me, which was fine. I dealt with it accordingly, but it did sort of panic me, and it set me back with my timings, and you know, you constantly think about your other tables, but yeah, it went well in the end. And then I did a guided menu tour, and she actually said that it was like in the feedback afterward, that it was one of the best guided menu tours that they've heard for a while. So I'm really happy with that. That made my day. Order through and everything like that. Did all their drinks fine, so everything went well. But I think I was nitpicking on little things that I might have forgotten. Like, she asked me what was on the salmon, and I said all the ingredients, and then just forgot one of them or 2 of them. And in the back, I came through to the back, I was like, oh, I'm failing. I forgot the capers or whatever. And yeah. Oh, and then the other thing is, because obviously the test table doesn't pay, it's the manager's making sure that that we're serving them correctly. And so I just sort of, when they said no to, when they just sort of said like that they were leaving or whatever, I was like, oh great, well thank you, have a lovely rest of your day, thank you so much for joining us here, the Rose and Crown. And then I suddenly stopped and I was like, I haven't even given them their check. And it's just because, you know, they're not paying, so I didn't think about the check. So anyway, I ran to get the check ready, and then when I went through the back, I was like, I failed. I didn't even give them the check. Definitely failed. But no, everything went well. So it was just those 2 things that I panicked about, and the rest of the whole shift I had to then do the whole AM, do picking up tables, everything like that, not knowing whether I'd passed or not. So in my head, for the rest of the shift till 5 p.m, I was thinking about those 2 things that I did, about the salmon and about the check, and it's just constantly going through my head like, I failed. I don't know why. Because you'd only fail if you'd mess up the allergy, or if you did something seriously wrong with your circle service or with your guests or something like that. It's just, it all gets in your head, and people worry too much, and I worried too much. But anyway, then after the test, after the shift, the AM shift, we finished at about 5, I cashed out, and then I had to open a bottle of wine to prove I could do that, and show it accordingly, and do all the sort of steps of service for the wine procedures. And I opened it fine, and yeah, they gave me my feedback. So So yes, I passed. I am the newest server at the Rose and Crown, and I'm so excited. I've got 8 months now where I earn tips, I can make magic for guests. I'm just so excited for the next 8 months. This is why I'm back. It's this role, this job is what I love. I love that I can make guests happy on each table, talk to them about my culture, about all our food and things. I'm just so excited. So yeah, I think my program is about to completely change now, and I'm ready for it. It's very exciting, very, very exciting. So after the shift, I went and had a little Chick-fil-A to treat myself, and then we went to Cowboys. We got the early taxi and we went to Cowboys, and I had one of the best nights at Cowboys that I've ever had. I was line dancing all night. When I say line dancing, I badly danced. I badly line danced, but it was fun. I had a lovely night celebrating that I passed my test. And today I'm off. I've had a 9-day stretch service training. I am off today, off tomorrow, and then start that next day. So I'm just having a nice chilled day off really. It's already about 1 o'clock and I've not really done much, I'm not gonna lie. I just had a little bit of a lie-in. Just been on my computer. I've been editing that video, tidied up a little bit, got ready, showered, and now I'm gonna go to Publix. I have had on Twitter so many good luck for your test, Claire's. Like, I have been replying to all your comments. Like, thank you so much. Like, so kind of you to be thinking of me and messaging me. I really appreciate that, honestly. And then after my test I wrote that I passed, and everybody's been congratulating me, and thank you. Just, I really appreciate it. What a day yesterday was though. So I had my backstage tour of the Haunted Mansion, which I had to get up at 4:30 AM for, and I went to bed at about 1 because I was revising, so barely any sleep there, but that's my own fault. So yeah, backstage tour of Haunted Mansion, in which Robert proposed to Craig, and it was just so perfect. Then I was rushing. When I say rushing, I genuinely was rushing. I was sweating to get back to Epcot in time for my test, my theory test, and then I had my practical test, then I had my shift. Then I went to Chick-fil-A, then I went to Cowboys to celebrate passing. It has been such a long day, it really has. So yeah, I definitely needed a little relax today. I'm just having an easy day. I am going to the clubhouse right now. 2 Dutch girls have left, so the locks have been changed, so I need to get a new key. So there's only 3 of us now in our apartment. It's a little bit worrying because when it gets to low capacity in your apartment, they sometimes make you move. Fingers crossed I don't, because I really do enjoy it, and I love my new room with the ensuite. It makes such a difference. So I'm finally in like a good position. I really don't want to have to move, but fingers crossed they'll just move new people in. So I'm going to get a new key, then I'm going to go to Publix, and then I'm going to go to Disney Springs because I haven't been to Disney Springs in so long, and as you know, it's my favourite place in the world. And then we've got a really exciting thing happening tonight. We're going to go trampolining. So that's at midnight tonight. I'm gonna try and film it there. I am walking to Publix, wondering whether the cupcakes I always get, wondering what pattern they're gonna have on. They've been just white recently, but I'm hoping there will be something interesting. But anyway, I've had such an intense 3 weeks that I've not been to Publix for ages, and yeah, it's going to be nice to sort of stock up on stuff. I've got my big rucksack to fit everything in. It's a lovely hot day today, really hot. I'm loving this. I should have sunbathed today. I bet you, I was thinking of sunbathing tomorrow. I bet you tomorrow is going to be like really dull. Hope not. Fingers crossed it won't. Even though these 3 weeks have been like the longest 3 weeks of my life, generally, now that they're over, I feel like they went fast. I know that sounds really weird, but just like that, it's over, the test is done, and that's it, I can relax. On my last program, the service training week was tough as well, but it wasn't as tough as this time. it was a lot longer this time, and obviously someone was ill, so I picked up shifts, and I didn't have any days off, and yeah, it was tough, really tough. Last time we just did, I think it was 3 days service training, whereas now it's 6, and then I had all my food running shifts, which were really long. It just made the whole 3 weeks. When I think back now to the beginning of this 3 weeks was when Carla was here still, and it was my my bar day, my culinary day, and my first day. Those first 3 days, my first day of food running, that feels like ages ago now. And now here I am, and it's over. It's so true, like in life, we worry about things. So say we have an event coming up that we're worried about, or just something that's happening that we're worried about in the future. Like, we shouldn't worry so much, because just like that, it's over. Oh, it's scary. Anyway, life ramblings with Claire on the way to Publix. I'm here now, as you can see, and I'm gonna get some food. And when I say food, I'm getting like Oreos and cakes, not gonna lie. Oh, I might get some pineapple. That's gonna be nice and healthy for me. Spider-Man cupcakes. So, I came in from Publix. I was really tired, so I thought I'll have a little nap, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes. 4 hours later, I feel so bad. I was gonna go to Disney Springs. I was gonna have a really productive, lovely little evening in Springs. It's just too late now. Look, it's dark. It's too late for me to go to get back in time for the trampolining. The taxi's at 10:45, so if I go now, I don't really want to rush around. I just want to enjoy Disney Springs, so I might save that for tomorrow now. But I can't believe, I must have really needed that sleep. I can't tell you, like, I don't feel that rough, but my body definitely is. It's really weird. I must be, yeah, must need that sleep after these past few weeks. So I'm really annoyed with myself though, can you tell? Because as you know, I love to make the most of every day here. I'm so lucky to be here. I could be in England. I can sleep and do all that in England, and today I have so much stuff I could do here, and I was asleep. I feel terrible. It's okay. I'm gonna make the most of this evening now. We're gonna go trampolining and have fun with all my friends. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm full of energy now. I'm raring to go and jump and all that sort of stuff. I'm gonna have a cake for a bit more energy. I'm gonna have one of my Spider-Man cakes, and then get the taxi. But yes, we'll see you trampoline.
Make your memories, take your pictures, make your memories.